All right, so we're going to start our word problems unit with just foundational word problems. When I say foundational word problems, it's going to be setting up two-step equations. And actually, it's recall because y'all did this in seventh grade. So we'll always start off with the recall skills, and then I'll continue to build on it throughout this week. Okay, so we'll just do little sections. And the first section is just recalling how to set up two-step equations from word problems. And it's very simple, guys. Number one, the first thing you're going to do is define a variable. And to define a variable, you look in your question. And all that variable does is it tells you what you're looking for. What's the unknown? So the reason you're looking in your question is because your question asks you to find something. That's your unknown. So that can be your variable, okay? Always let your unknown be your variable. Number two, we're going to set the equation up, but we're going to make sure that we look for any number the variable may be associated with by going back to our word problem to check and see if there's any association or anything in that word problem that will let me see what the actual unknown should be, where to place the variable, in other words. And then we'll solve, guys. All right, so let's take a look at number one. It says Jessica ordered 5 books that each cost the same amount. The shipping charge was $10. So I'm going to underline some important pieces. Already, I know that she ordered 5 books and they cost the same thing. I do know that the shipping charge was $10. So you had to pay to ship it, $10. And then it goes on to say her total purchase was $109.45. No snoring. Her total purchase was $109.45. That's important. But I'm going to highlight a certain part. How much did each book cost? So here's the question. Now watch it not highlight correctly. If it doesn't do right this time, I'm not going to use the highlighter. Okay, go back. Okay. All right. So how much was the book? Or was each book? So I'm underlining in blue because I don't think this highlighter is going to work. So the part I underline in blue is my unknown. Okay. My unknown, I use a variable to represent that unknown, guys. So it says how much did each book cost? Let's do B for, here's my variable, number one. That's what I'm doing, this right here. Defining the variable. B for the cost of each book. So I tell you the second step would be to set the equation up, but we're going to look for any number the variable may be associated with. And you go back to your word problem. So I'm just going to read this word problem. It says Jessica ordered 5 books. So already right here, I know that she ordered 5 books, and they all cost the same. So that sentence right there is talking about the books that she ordered, and it's talking about the cost. So I can pretty much tell you that 5 and B go together because it's talking about the number of books and the cost. The books, the cost. Okay? 5 and B would not go with 10 because 10 refers to the shipping cost. So that's not it. So I know 5 and B are going together, and it's the books cost the same thing. I bought 5 of those. So that means I paid B dollars 5 times. I paid B for one, I paid B dollars for another, I paid B dollars for another, B dollars for a fourth, and B dollars to a fifth for a fifth. In other words, I paid $5B. That's how much I paid in all. Plus I paid a shipping charge. So I can set my equation up as I paid 5B. That's how much money I paid. Plus I paid a shipping charge of $10. And when I got finished paying for all the books, okay, and I paid the shipping charge, I ended up with a total purchase of $109.45. So all I have to do is solve this equation for B, and I will end up with the cost of each book. So what I want you to do right now is pause the video and solve each equation for B. We'll solve the equation for B. All right, this is what you should have gotten. You're going to subtract 10 from both sides. Line my decimals up. So here, that's 5, 4, 9. Regroup. 99.45. And then we all know that the opposite of multiplying by 5 is divided by 5. So you're going to divide both sides by 5. So take 99.45, and I will let you use the calculator for this lesson. That means Jessica paid $19.89 for each book. And that's all you do. Pretty simple. All right, let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 says Mark has just signed up with DirecTV. The package Mark has chosen will cost him $135 per month, so that's important. That's his cost per month. However, the company is offering a promotion. So, promotion, he must be getting some discounts somewhere. So, let's keep reading. According to the promotion, a $15 discount will be applied to Mark's bill for every referral he makes. So, if he refers one person, then they'll take $15 off the bill. He'll end up paying $120. If he refers 2 people, they'll take an additional $15, which is a total of $30, and he'll end up paying $105. So you all should get the gist of what I'm saying. For every referral he makes, they take out $15 for each of those, okay? Now, the point of this lesson is not to give me just the answer, but the point of this lesson is to be able to set up the equation. So your standard says that you should be able to create equations. And I'm sorry, I should have went over this first. Okay, you should be able to create them, which is what we're doing. We're creating them. So again, I won't necessarily be testing you on the answer. I'm going to be testing you on the creation of these equations, okay? Can you create them? And these are baby ones. All right. So far we know it's $135 a month. That's his bill. They're going to take $15 off for everybody he refers. And then it goes on to ask us how many referrals. See, that's why I don't want to use the highlighter. I'm going to just use blue. How many referrals did he make if his monthly bill ended up being $15? And I'm going to tell you something, guys. If it says is, most of the time that is going to represent an equal sign. Like it says it is 15, I can pretty much tell you that whatever equation I set up better equal to 15, okay? All right, and I said I was going to do blue and did red. I think I tried to put it on blue and it didn't go. How many referrals did he make if his bill is this? Okay, so here's my unknown. I don't know how many referrals he made. When if you do, I want you to pretend like you don't, because my whole goal is to create an equation, okay? We created from the unknown. So I'm going to let R equal to the number of referrals he made. Got it? So I'm going to go back to my sentence. Mark has just signed up with DirecTV. Oop, that's not going to go with R. The package Mark has chosen will cost him $135 a month. That says nothing about referrals. So $135 is not going to go with R. However, the company is offering a promotion. That's what I call a distractor. You have distractors, and I'm sure you've talked about these in English. It's just a distracting sentence. It's just meant to throw you off. According to the promotion, a $15 discount will be applied to Mark's bill for every referral. Okay, there's referral. For every referral, he gets $15 off, guys. Okay. So I can pretty much tell you that 15 and my variable R go together. So he's going to get $15 off for one referral. Okay. He'll get 15 times 2 for 2 referrals. He'll get 15 times 3 for 3 referrals. 15 times 4 for 4 referrals, or $60. But if it's R referrals, because we don't know, it's 15 times R. So 15 and R get multiplied together. Okay. All right. Again, I said I pretty much know from this right here that this bill ended up being $15. That I set this equal to 15. But how do you get to a cost of 15? How do you get to a bill of $15? Well, where did he start? So we're going to go over here to set up this other side. We're going to say, well, he started with $135. Okay, so if he started with $135 and he ended with 15, I know they had to take something off his bill. So to take something away, I put a minus sign. Well, what did they take off? They took off $15 for every referral. In other words, they took off 15 R amount of times, and it put him at $15. I'm just going to go ahead and solve. I'm going to get rid of the 135, the constant first. Basic two-step equation. So that's negative 15R equals to negative 120. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 15. Cancel. And how many 15s can I get out of 120? That would be 8. So how many referrals did Mark make? Mark made 8 referrals, guys. Okay. Let's take a look at number 3. All right, in science class, Darius planted a plant in a cup that was 6 inches tall. Okay, the plant itself was 6 inches tall. All right, not the cup. All right, so it started off when he got it, it was already 6 inches tall. The plant grew in inches per week. Okay, let's see. The plant grew. I got to make up a number because let's just say 1 2/3 inches. We're going to put a fraction in here. I don't know why I didn't print, but we'll do that. We'll just make up something. All right, the plant grew 1 2/3 inches per week and is now 36 inches tall. So this is important that it grew that amount every week. And this is important that it's now, it equals 36. So it pretty much tells you that it's going to equal to 36. There you go. Is means equal. All right, in blue, here's my unknown. How many weeks did the plant grow for? So that is my unknown. I don't know the number of weeks. I don't know how long it took the plant to grow to be 36 inches. So that's going to be my variable. So let's say W for number of weeks it took the plant to get to be 36 inches. I'm just going to put number of weeks. Okay, so what do I know? I know that in the end, the plant ended up being 36 inches tall. That's what it ended up being. But how did it get there? So that's going to help us set this side up. How did it get to be 36 inches? Well, what did it start off being? It started off being 6. Okay, so now we know we got that. But I need to figure out where this W is going to go. This is the number of weeks. Well, 6 is just talking about, well, that's what it was when we got nothing about the number of weeks. So 6 and W will not be going together. The plant grew 1 2/3 inches per week. There we go. The number of weeks. That's what it did every week, each week. So this is talking about growth per week. And of course, this is speaking about the number of weeks it took it to grow 36 inches. So I can pretty much tell you that 1 2/3. Let me erase that. Not scribble it, but erase it. 1 2/3 and W go together. So I'm going to go back because I kind of got sidetracked. Go back here. It says the plant started off being 6 inches tall. So we're going to put 6 was the starting point when I got it. plus it grew some, plus because it grew. The height went up. So plus 1 2/3 W. Okay. It grew 1 2/3 the first week, 1 2/3 inches again the second week, 1 2/3 again the third week. So it's 1 2/3 for every week, or 1 2/3 W. What I want to do now, and this is growth rate, guys. What I want to do now is fix this because it looks kind of ugly. I'm going to change 1 2/3 to 5/3, just an improper fraction. And then I'm going to solve. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. So I'm going to go up here to make sure I have enough room. I have 5/3 W equals to 30. And how do I get rid of a fraction that's attached to a variable, guys? Okay. All right. You multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 5/3 is 3/5. Put an imaginary 1 there. These will cancel. I end up with 90/5. And of course, 5 will go into 90 exactly 18 times. So how many weeks did it take? It took 18 weeks for that plant to grow 36 inches tall. All right, I want you to pause the video and you're going to try number 4 on your own. Write an equation, guys, and solve for me, okay? All right, this is what you should have for number 4. Jeremy is celebrating his baby's first birthday. He spent $80, so we know that this is what he spent in all. That's important. Excuse me. He purchased a cake for $30. Okay, he spent $30. He had a big balloon for $10, and then 10 birthday hats. What was the price of just one hat, or the price of each hat? So I'm going to underline this in blue. I need to find the price of each hat. That's my unknown. So that's going to be my variable. So I'm going to do H for price of a hat. H for price of a hat. So let's just read through that. H has to go with some number in my word problem. He spent $80. Well, nothing about a hat right there. He purchased a cake for $30. Nothing about a hat right there. A balloon for $10. Nothing about a hat right there. Oh, 10 birthday hats. So I'm pretty sure 10 and H go together. Okay. All right. And he spent 80. What he spent is what his total equal. This was his total. So let's figure out, how did he get to that total of 80? Well, the first thing he did was spend $30 for the cake. Nice, Dad. And then he spent $10 on a balloon. And then he bought 10 hats. So he spent H dollars 10 times, or 10H. And that got him to $80. So I'm going to combine some like terms here. I'm going to combine 30 and 10, which makes 40. And now I have a basic two-step equation. And I'm just going to solve for H and figure out the cost of one hat. Divide both sides by 10. And I can see that each hat cost Dad $4, guys. Let me put $4 per hat. Okay? And that is all you do. Pretty simple. All right, I want you to pause the video and try number 5. You're going to write and solve. You're going to write an equation and solve to figure out the number of buckets of golf balls that this person can or purchase if they spent $30. Okay. All right, this is what you should have gotten. So we know it costs $12 to attend a golf clinic with a local pro. Somebody's going to teach you how to hit a ball. Okay. And then the buckets of balls for practice during the clinic cost $3 each. So they make you pay to get a bucket of golf balls. So that's per bucket, okay? All right, then the question asks, how many buckets can you buy at the clinic if you have $30 to spend? All you have is 30. So basically, you want your balance to end up being $30. That's what you want. That's your ending balance. That's what you want to pay because you don't have any more money than that. Okay? Take that ED off and put ING. All right, so let's talk about where this variable is going to go. How many buckets? Let's do B for number of buckets. Okay, so let's see. It says it costs $12 to attend the golf clinic. Nothing about a bucket there, a bucket of balls. Oh, here, a bucket of balls costs $3 each. So I know 3 and B go together. Okay, so now let's talk about how he got to this $30. How does he want to get there? Well, to attend the clinic, he has to pay 12. Plus, for every bucket of golf balls that he has, he's paid $3 for them. So he paid $3 B times or 3B. So now all I want to do is subtract 12 from both sides. So if 3B equals 218, divide both sides by 3, and B is equal to 6. Well, 6 what? Well, he went in and said, well, give me 6 buckets of golf balls so that you can teach me to golf. And that's what he purchased for $30. Okay, let's take a look at 6. All right, 6 says an online retailer charges $6.99 plus they charge 55 cents per pound. $6.99 plus 55 cents per pound to ship electronic purchases. And here's your question. Here's your unknown. How many pounds is a DVD player for which a shipping charge is, that means it's equal, that right there, $11.94. So a DVD player, people really don't have those anymore. Maybe some people do. Maybe, and I don't use it because I have one and I don't use it. All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to do P for number of pounds because that's my unknown. Okay, number of pounds that my DVD player weighs. All right, so I know that based on the weight and also retailer charge, that he paid, or someone paid $11.94. Okay, this was the final charge. So let's talk about how we got to $11.94. Well, we started off with having to pay $6.99 for a retail charge. It's an online retail charge, and then it says 55 cents per pound. Well, this is referring to pounds, and this is referring to pounds. So I can tell you that 55 cents and P go together. So if it was 1 pound, he paid 55 cents once. 2 pounds, he paid 55 cents twice. P pounds, he paid 55 cents P times. Okay, so that's going to be $6.99 plus 55 cents P times. Yeah, you got me to $11.94. So now all we have to do is subtract $6.99 from both sides because now we have a basic two-step equation. All right, and remember, I'm allowing you to use your calculator. Sorry about that, guys. 694 minus 699, that gives us 495. All right, and then what we want to do to solve for P is divide both sides by 55 cents. All right, what is your answer for P? How many pounds was he charged for? And we divide and we get 9 pounds. The DVD player weighed 9 pounds. It's a heavy DVD player. Okay. All right, let's take a look at 7. 241 students went on a field trip. 6 buses were filled and 19 students traveled to the destination by car. How many students were on each bus? So let's get the important pieces. This is the total number of students that went on the trip. I know that 6 buses took some of the children, they were filled, and 19 decided to travel by car, which I don't think that's legal now. All right, how many students were on each bus? Okay, so that's my unknown. So I'm going to do S for number of students per bus. So I'll just look back in my sentence and look for something that has to go with S. Well, 241 students went on the field trip. Well, that's not talking about the students that went on the bus. That's just the number of students that went on the field trip. So that's not going to go with S. Oh, 6 buses were filled. Okay, well, they were filled with what? 6 buses were filled with students. So this is talking about the number of buses and the number of students. There we go. So 6 and S will go together. All right, so let's see. Let's set up our equation. Well, how many students went in all? Well, 241 students went in all. Okay, so let's see. How many of them went by the car? So 19 went by car, and then plus so many of them went by bus, and that gave you a total of the 241. Well, 19 went by car, and then there was S students on each bus, but there was 6 of them. So there was S plus S plus S. That's that many students. But instead of saying this many students on bus 1, bus 2, bus 3, 4, 5, or 6, I could just say there were 6 S children on all 6 buses. You could have also written in 6S plus 19. Okay, you can swap these around. You could have put the 241 on the other side. I don't think I went over that in the previous problems, but you can. All right, I'm going to subtract 19 from both sides. So we end up with 6S, sorry guys, equals to, that's 222. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just divide 222 by 6. So how many students were on each bus? 37 students were on each bus. And that's it. Most buses hold like 50 to 60 students, so the buses were pretty thin. And you didn't have to sit 3 to a seat. You could even sit by yourself, some students. Okay, last one, guys. All right, I want you to pause the video and try the last one on your own. It says an electronics company charges $5, a $5 fee. So you know that's important. Plus, they charge 25 cents per pound for shipping and handling. Okay, if Paula orders an item and pays $8.25 for shipping and handling, and shipping for the shipping and handling fee, how much does the package weigh? Okay, keep in mind there's also a $5 fee, just a $5 charge, but it says how much does the package weigh. All right, again, you're going to write an equation and you're going to solve. So I need you to be able to answer, to give me an equation and also give me an answer for the weight of the package. All right, this is what you should have. All right, so this is my unknown. I don't know the weight of the package. It's going to be my variable. And I choose P for weight of package. You can use whatever variable you want. I don't know what I'm spelling, but I'll fix it. Okay, weight of package. So I'm going to go back and look for where it may be talking about weight. Okay, electronics company charges a $5 fee. Nope, nothing about weight there. Plus 25 cents per pound. Well, pound is weight. That's weight. So I know that 25 cents and P will go together. Okay, so for every pound is 25 cents. So they might pay 25 cents P times. Okay. All right, so let's set this up. Well, what did we pay in all? Paula paid $8.25. So I know that the bill has to equal this. That's my bill. Well, how do we get there? Well, we paid a $5 charge. We got a $5 fee for something plus 25 cents P times, depending on the weight of the package. Now I'm just going to subtract 5 from both sides. So I end up with 2500 P equals to 325. And I just have to figure out how many quarters it takes to make $3.25. And it takes 12 quarters to make $3. So 13 quarters to make $3.25. So the weight of my package was 13 pounds, guys. And that is all. Thank you all very much for being so patient. And I want you to work on your 5 problems for homework. It's attached on Google Classroom. Thank you.